A bit earlier, I mentioned being prepared and the potential of a little rain. Well, on day 6, these two circumstances collided. Getting up on this day, some of the riders started checking the weather forecast and decided they did not want to ride the full route, which would have been about 186 miles. We were headed from Gorham, New Hampshire to Rangeley, Maine, and there are not too many ways to get there. My plan was to ride up Route 16 and then just outside of Rangeley, take Route 17 down to see a couple local attractions called the Height of the Land and Coos Canyon. From there, we would make a big loop down to US 2 and back to Rangeley via Main 4. Given the rain concerns, 2 of the guys headed out on their own, taking the same route the larger part of the group was traveling towards Rangeley. The difference was that rather than heading straight into town, I would make the diversion down Route 17, taking the remaining riders to see the Height of the Land before returning to Rangeley a little ahead of schedule. So here we are, it's now day 6 of our trip, and we are headed up to Rangeley, Maine today. We're almost there. We are riding down Route 17 and stopping at the scenic overlook here. You can see Rangeley Lake behind me, and then we're going to go down to the Height of the Land where you can see Mooselook-Maguntic Lake. So this is the Height of the Land, and back there behind me, that's Mooselook-Maguntic Lake. In the end, both our groups beat the rain into town and had a chance to grab some lunch. After lunch, that is when I started getting text messages. I had at least 2 sets of riders that were afraid it was going to be in the 40s and raining the next day, and they were suggesting that we take a day off and wait it out. I responded to the first email saying, okay, if that is what you want to do, fine, but I was planning on riding. We were on the tour, and unless there is a hurricane, snow, or tornado, we ride. A little rain is par for the course. I also checked the weather forecast and did not see the dire predictions that were being thrown around. It was going to be in the 50s when we left Rangeley and warming as the day went on. Rain was possible, but it was not going to be a washout. It even looked like there might be a window during the middle of the day that would be mostly rain-free. At that point, I called a powwow to see what everyone was thinking. I explained that holding up in Rangeley meant missing our plans in Bar Harbor and Acadia National Park. The next 2 days were supposed to be beautiful, and that riding in a bit of rain was just no big deal. To soothe everyone's fears, rather than taking the route I had originally planned, I would go straight to Bar Harbor, still avoiding highways, but getting us in several hours earlier than what was originally planned. We would also try to take advantage of that rain-free window I mentioned. After the discussion, everyone agreed that we would get ready and leave at 10 a.m. after the temps had a chance to warm up a little. By the time we left at 10 a.m., the rain had mostly stopped. There were still periods of drizzle and light rain, but as we got nearer Bar Harbor, things started to dry out and temperatures approached 60 degrees. During the previous night's meeting, I suggested that everyone evaluate their equipment and, if necessary, they go to the local outfitters and upgrade their weather protection. Cathy and I even took the opportunity to purchase a couple slightly warmer mid-layers. We had a set of mid-layers with us, but we decided that something just a little bit warmer might be in order. So we found a couple lightweight Patagonia down jackets, and they proved to be just perfect. As the trip leader, I also pointed out that traveling by motorcycle is not always comfortable. Part of the reason we do this is to challenge ourselves, to overcome those challenges and ultimately learn something about ourselves. And of course, you also learn not to make the same mistakes the next time. To reward ourselves after overcoming those challenges, we had a late lunch, early dinner at Mainly Meats just down the street from our hotel, the Best Western Arcadia Park Inn. This was another great meal that found us taking leftovers back to the room.